Hi, I'm Jami Balmet, and welcome back to episode number 4 of my brand new video podcast, YWG TV. I'm so glad you're joining us today because I'm going to be talking about one of my very favorite places to shop, Costco. On my podcast and on my blog, I talk about my love of Costco often, as it's the number one place I do my shopping every single month. I think I talk about it more often than I even realize because we're in Costco so often, and it's literally where I get 90% of our groceries. So usually each week, each month, my shopping consists of Costco and Trader Joe's. And so I'm gonna make sure to do an episode on Trader Joe's soon. If you have any questions about shopping at Trader Joe's, please leave me a comment so I can get prepared for those. But because I talk about Costco a lot, I also get a ton of questions about Costco, about why I shop there, if a membership's really worth it, all those kind of questions. So that gave me the spark to go through Costco, compile all of my favorites, and share the pros and cons of shopping at Costco so you can decide for yourself if a membership is really worth it. So first, we're going to talk a little bit about how Costco works, and then I'm going to dive into all of my favorite items. So, number one thing you need to know is that you need a membership to shop at Costco. So in order to shop here, you need to purchase a membership. It's $55 a year for the basic membership. And I know that turns people off at first because you think, why do I need to spend $55 for a year to shop at a store and pay them even more money? But the thing is, it is well worth it. Costco saves me far more than $50 a week, let alone a year. Their prices on most things literally cannot even be beat. And I'm a huge internet shopper. I shop on Amazon, Vitacost. I buy all kinds of things online, and yet Costco's prices beat Amazon most of the time. So if you decide to get a membership, rest easy knowing that the $50 is well worth it, and it's gonna save you so much money in the long run. So you show, when you first walk in, you show your membership card at the door when you first walk in to the person standing there, and then again at the checkout line. So still pretty simple, pretty easy, but you do need a membership. And I read an article about Costco a couple years ago that made me realize why their prices are so good. So Costco obviously is a big warehouse store. They have, I cannot remember the statistic, but it's something crazy like Walmart carries like 75,000 different products in their store. Costco has like 1,400 products. That's it in any given store. So they do bulk and they do very limited. If you're gonna go find canned tomatoes, there's only one option. So they have very limited stuff, but what they have, they buy in bulk. So they're able to get really good discount prices because they're buying everything in bulk, which makes sense, right? Another thing is they often have sales. So there's, they have granola bars. They'll have a sale that for a big box, they're $3 off. Well, something I found out that was really, really cool is for normal stores, so say Target, you're in Target, you see your favorite granola bars, they're $1 off a box. Target is eating that cost. Target has decided that they're gonna miss out on $1 to discount that product for you. Costco, however, is completely different. Costco goes to these brands and has the brand offer a discount so that Costco can offer discounts on a ton of different stuff without cutting out their bottom line too much, because still, at the end of the day, they're a store, they have to maintain, they have to make money in order to keep their doors open. So what they do is they go to the different manufacturers and the different brands, and they have the different brands offer the discounts so that they are able to offer huge discounts on all of their stuff. So I thought that was really cool because that explains why their prices are so often so cheap, because they're able to buy in bulk and because they're going to bat for the customer with all these different brands and having them lower their prices. So I thought that was really neat and also made sense why they're so dang cheap half the time. So anyway, that's the basics of Costco. I told you, I love Costco. I could go on and on. But I'm gonna share all of my favorite grocery items from Costco, but we also buy a ton of other things at Costco as well. We don't just buy groceries. So I wanted to share a few of my favorite other things that we get at Costco. The number one is batteries. The price of Costco batteries is amazing. Yes, it's a ginormous pack, but they work really well and they last a really long time. So a pack is gonna last us a while when we usually buy AAA and AA because those are the ones we need around our household all the time. But run into Target to buy a small pack of 4 batteries and you're gonna cry at the price difference because Costco prices on batteries are so good. So that's the first thing. We love buying our batteries. Second is eye exams. I wear contacts, and so I have to get an eye exam every single year. So not only in their optical department do they offer really good deals on a year's supply of contacts, usually you can get a really good price on it if you buy a year's supply of contacts at once, but their eye doctors are also the best prices around. So I struggled for years to find a good eye doctor. I really had a hard time finding one that would listen to me when my contacts didn't seem to fit right. And so I finally ended up at Costco after several years with a Costco doctor, and he was amazing. My best experience I've ever had with an eye doctor. And I know that's an anomaly because that's just our Costco. But then on vacation this year, I lost my very last contact. And so I had to make an eye appointment while on vacation at the nearby Costco, just walked into theirs, whatever doctor they had, and their doctor was also amazing. She totally listened to me. She was awesome. And so I know that's only 2 Costcos out of hundreds, but everything about customer service from Costco I've ever seen has been amazing. And these are my 2 favorite doctors I've ever seen. So I have a feeling they only hire the best. Otherwise, everyone would complain and they'd be out of there. So if you need an eye doctor, their price is phenomenal, and I've had very good experience. So personal recommendation, I would check that out. Okay, number 3, electronics. So we run an online ministry, which means we go through a ton of electronics, from laptops to cameras to external hard drives, you name it. Costco is our go-to place for electronics. And yes, we do compare prices to Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy, all those big names out there, because sometimes there might be sales out there. But Costco is almost always the best price, and they usually do really cool bundles. So when we bought our camera, they had a really cool bundle that had a memory card, several lenses, and the price was still amazing for this big bundle you were getting. Plus, the other thing we love is that they have a 90-day warranty on all their big electronics. So their televisions, their computers, their cameras, any of those really big purchases. So if anything happens within 90 days, you can take it back, no questions asked. So we had purchased a Dell laptop for myself several years ago from Costco, and after, 70 or so days, 2.5 months, somewhere in there, the laptop stopped working. We looked it up. It was a known problem with this type of Dell laptop, and it wouldn't turn on or anything. It was fried. We didn't do anything to it. I just opened it up one day. It was fried. So we brought it back to Costco and we got a brand new one for free. We turned it in and walked out with our new one. No hassle. Try doing that in any other store and it's not gonna work. And you don't have to buy additional warranties. You don't have to take it into the repair guys, send it somewhere, wait 5 years to get it back. We took it in, got a new one, walked out. And so that just gives me so much peace of mind as a customer, especially with really big purchases like laptops. And that leads me to number 4, which is their normal return policy for everything else. Their return policy is phenomenal. You can return anything with no time limit, no receipt. Their customer service is phenomenal. So except for their big electronics, which is a 90-day return policy, you can return anything else. And so it just makes me feel so much better about buying appliances, a new coffee maker. If you really want to try out the new Keurig, but you're not sure if it's going to work or what your family needs, you can try it out knowing you can take it back, and especially knowing that if something happens in the first 20 days and it breaks, you can take it back and get a new one. And so when you're living on a budget, that is just some really good assurance to know that if it doesn't work, you can take it back and get a new one. And it's just no hassle returns is so great. And especially when I'm shopping there all the time, it has been great. So an example of this is a year ago, we finally decided to invest in a good vacuum. We had these cheap $40 vacuums that kept breaking. We felt like we were buying new ones all the time. So we decided to get a Dyson vacuum, and we were scared because this was a big purchase. And it's a vacuum. I didn't want to spend this much on a vacuum. But not only was the price the very best we could find was at Costco, but we knew that we could return it if it turned out to not be as good as we thought. We had really bad luck with vacuums, and I had this idea that we were gonna spend a couple $100 on a vacuum and it just wasn't gonna work that well. So we got it knowing in the back of my mind, that gave me peace, thinking we're making this big purchase. If it's a mistake, we can return it and we're not out $300. So of course we still love our Dyson. It works amazing, but having that security there is really helpful. Like I said, especially when you're living on a budget. And so that's just something I love about Costco, is I think their customer service in that area is above and beyond. Okay, number 5, movie tickets and gift cards. These are great, especially around holidays. They usually offer awesome deals in their gift cards. So you can usually get, say, $100 worth of gift cards for maybe Cold Stone or Pete's Coffee for $80. So you spend $80 and you literally get a $100 gift card. And usually it's broken down into like 4 or 5 little smaller gift cards. So it's not a $100 gift card, you're getting a bunch of little ones. So if you shop at that particular place a lot, let's say you go to coffee all the time, you're literally saving $20. Or what we've done before is you can break those up into smaller gift cards and you're saving $20, and you can hand out, give out $20 gift cards here and there if you have a lot of gifts coming up, things like that. So they also have gift cards for restaurants, theme parks, killer deals on movie tickets. That's where we buy all of our movie tickets, because you're gonna save, I don't know, $6 to $8 for 2 tickets, which when you're going to the movies with how expensive they are today, that's awesome. Okay, here is a con for me about Costco. I do not often buy beauty items or vitamins from Costco, and I hope that this changes in the future. They have amazing prices on this stuff usually. You can get really good prices on vitamins, beauty care products, all that kind of stuff. But their stuff is not as healthy as I would like. I'm super picky about my healthcare needs, and unfortunately most of their stuff is just not that healthy. And now again, this does vary from store to store. Your stuff might carry different stuff than my store, because all Costco's are slightly different. But they have just kind of the normal vitamins you're gonna find at Walmart, and just things that are packed with chemicals, fillers, and other junk like that. And so I'm super picky about my vitamins. So over the last 5 years or so though, Costco has started carrying more and more organic and healthy stuff. And so I am hoping their beauty, skincare, and health products are gonna follow that pattern. That's my hope and dream. And I've already started seeing things like healthy nail polish kits that are non-toxic. They now sell Honest Company products sometimes. I'm a huge fan of Honest Company, and Costco now carries, if you see an Honest Company product in Costco, I can guarantee it's the very best price you'll find anywhere. So I always buy our Honest Company shampoo from Costco. They have sunscreen during the summer, and they have a healing balm that I love using on my kids. It's the best price you're gonna be able to find. So I think they're working towards that, but I still don't buy hardly any of those kind of products there. Those I usually buy on Amazon and Vitacost. I get those online. Okay, the next one I also buy is clothes. I buy a ton of my kids' clothes at Costco. I rarely find stuff for me. My husband sometimes finds stuff for him, but for my kids, they have awesome prices. My kids are all in toddler sizes now, so I'm not sure once you start getting up into higher ages, but they have awesome 3- and 4-piece Carter sets. For my kids that are super cheap. They've got sleepers, jackets, that kind of stuff. All kinds of kids clothing for a pretty good price. We also have gotten shoes, socks, underwear, other clothes for my husband. He used to get his work clothes at Costco a lot, that kind of stuff. So kids clothes, especially though, I really like. Okay, I am talking fast, I'm realizing, but I'm trying to get through these so we can get to the food. Okay, the next thing we get at Costco is gas. Costco gas is consistently the lowest price in our area. So you are gonna have to do some price comparison, but for us, the Costco gas is so worth it. So we always try and fill up when we're there, because our Costco is about 35 minutes from our house. So if we're at Costco, we try to fill up if we need it. Okay, so those are a very brief introduction of the other stuff we buy at Costco. So now the main thing obviously we buy is food. And I wanna try to keep this short and sweet for you. So if you still have questions about anything we've talked about, please leave me a comment and I'll address them. And if I need to, I can make a second Costco video if there's more questions and things like that. So I buy 90% or more of my groceries each month at Costco. And now part of this is because right now in this season, we have 2 sets of twins. They're 3 years old and 1 year old, and getting to the store is really tough. Costco is a big, loud store. We can be in there with all 4 of our kids. They're not disturbing anyone. Costco has the big carts that have 2 seats on each side, so we only need 2 carts for all of our kids. So Jason and I both love going into Costco. We love that they change all their stuff in and out seasonally. And so we each go in with a cart each and 2 kids, and it works great for our family. It is so convenient. And so I think that for us right now in this season, Costco is easy. And so that's part of it. That's part of why that is 90% of my shopping, because I do, if I can get away with doing almost all of my shopping for a month at Costco, it makes my life so much easier. And then I usually stop at Trader Joe's once or twice a month. Our Trader Joe's is really close to our Costco. So I'll stop there once or twice a month to get a few other things that Costco doesn't have, or maybe I don't like their brand, or it's too much. So I'll get things like salad dressing, frozen spinach, green onions, some of those little things I need for specific items I need for some individual recipes. And then sometimes I'll get other non-perishable things like honey or jelly off of Amazon or Vitacost, but it kind of depends. And Costco comes and goes with stuff. A couple years ago, they did not have a honey that I really liked, and now they have a local raw honey that I really like. So it kind of ebbs and flows. But I'm gonna go section by section of how our Costco store is laid out. Like I said, every store is different and every store carries different things. Our Costco was one of the first ones in the area to carry a really high amount of organic options compared to other Costcos that I know of. And so our Costco might have stuff that yours doesn't, but yours might have stuff that we don't because they're all different. Okay, so in our store, after all the clothing and all the fun stuff, our very first section is the meat section. I buy pretty much all of our meat at Costco. They have excellent prices on ground beef, boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and ground turkey. And they have fabulous prices for both organic and non-organic meat. So if you are looking for organic solutions, really good prices, but they also have dirt cheap options for non-organic meat. So depending on what you're looking for, you can find it for both. And you also cannot beat their prices on rotisserie chicken. Their rotisserie chickens are big. They're $4.99 for an entire chicken. So we do this a lot. I take them home, I shred them up. They're flavored really well. We love their rotisserie chicken. Next up in our store is the produce section. We buy almost all of our fruit from Costco, depending on what's in season. We love getting bananas, apples, cutie oranges, grapes. They also have killer prices on strawberries, watermelons, grapes, those kinds of things throughout the year. You just kind of have to watch. Sometimes they'll get strawberries in really early in the season. It's not a great price, but nowhere has a good price on strawberries at that point. But then once you're kind of in mid-season, you can find a whole thing of strawberries for $2.99. Fantastic prices. So you got to kind of watch and see what is in season. Their produce varies the most in pricing, obviously, depending on what's on season and what's not. I also buy 99% of our vegetables from Costco as well. Unless I need something really small or specific for a specific recipe, such as green onions or something, I'll get those usually at Trader Joe's. But I buy broccoli and cauliflower every single week. Our family eats a ton of that. I also get salad ingredients, squash and zucchini. When avocados are in season, they have fantastic prices on avocados, as well as bell peppers, tomatoes, onions, celery, carrots, all those kind of things. They have really, really good organic options and really good prices. Okay, next up, we kind of make a loop in the back for our other products. So I buy all of our diapers, wipes, toilet paper, and paper towels from Costco. And we get the Kirkland brand for all of these. The prices rock and they're super high quality. I do not normally like buying store brands. At our local grocery store, at Walmart, I do not ever buy the store brands because honestly, the quality is just never there. Kirkland is Costco's store brand. Kirkland is amazing. I love almost everything that's Kirkland. And side note, I actually read an article once that Costco is extremely particular about what they turn into store brands. They will only ever manufacture a Kirkland brand equivalent of a product. So for example, there's a name brand olive oil out there. Well, they want to make a Kirkland brand olive oil. They will only sell it if one, they can make it cheaper, if they can make it cheaper than the name brand, and two, the quality is better. So they are extremely picky with what they make into Kirkland brand items, and I can attest for the fact that they work. So anyway, rabbit trail. All that to say, we buy Kirkland diapers, wipes, toilet paper, and paper towels, and we love them. And now that I say that, I kind of think our wipies for the babies are not Kirkland brand. I kind of think they're Huggies, but I'm not sure on that. So anyway, I have heard that you can find cheaper prices on diapers using Amazon Mom, which is like a system where you get it like automatically delivered, and if you kind of figure it out, you can get really good deals. But that's a whole nother system I've not figured out, and I love the quality of Costco diapers. It's so convenient to me because we're at Costco all the time. So that's what I get there. The next section for us is our frozen and cold section. We love their pesto basil tilapia fillets, and then prices on other fish. They got really good prices on fish, and more they're having more free range, not free range, what is the word I'm trying to, not farm raised, the opposite of farm raised, wild. They have really good prices. They're getting more and more wild fish in their store, which is great, and they've got affordable prices on wild fish because wild fish is really expensive. And then as well as we buy a ton of their frozen veggies. We love their frozen fruit. I will not buy, we make a ton of smoothies throughout the summer. I will not buy frozen fruit anywhere else because the price is just phenomenal at Costco. So we also always buy our string cheese, yogurt, shredded cheese, sour cream, half and half, milk, and eggs at Costco. Every single month, that is where we buy it because their price is so good and it's so convenient. And then then heading up to the front of our store is everything else. These are all the pantry staple aisles. So we buy all of our coffee, maple syrup, certain spices. They've got really good price on cinnamon, pure vanilla extract, chicken stock. We get these applesauce pouches for our kids, which are the best price I've ever seen at Costco. You can't even find them that cheap on Amazon. We get our black olives, almond butter, organic tortilla chips, Killer Dave's bread, which is our family's favorite, tortillas, all that kind of stuff. We get all of those things at Costco. And the more and more I've shopped at Costco, the more my meals and my meal planning kind of revolve around the stuff that's at Costco. So obviously, I get passionate and excited about Costco, and there's a lot more I could cover, but I don't want to overwhelm you because we're already getting past 20 minutes now. So I'm going to leave you here for now, and I hope this gave you some really good ideas of what we buy at Costco. And basically, it's everything. But please remember too, as you've seen these pictures, we live in California, and our food prices are higher than most parts of the country. And so I've talked to friends who live in other parts of the country and they share the prices at their Costco. Yeah, it's a big difference from ours. But other parts like Hawaii or other places that maybe you live internationally, the food prices might be higher than ours. So don't just judge off of the food prices you've seen in this because they're gonna vary from region to region. So if you are not sure, stop by Costco, give it a look. Or ask friends or family in the area. Post on Facebook and ask in your area who shops at Costco and if they like it. And just find out what they think. Find out if the prices are good. I think Costco is very, very competitive with their prices. So even if my prices look really, really high on here, chances are your Costco has much lower prices because it's the area that you live in. And one more note, like I said, Costco has been increasingly adding more and more organic option to their stores, but all Costco's carry slightly different things. So ours, for example, like I said, was one of the first in the area to really start carrying organic options. So, I mean, we even have organic tortilla chips now and things like that. And so it's one of the reasons I love them so much because I can actually feed my family some organic options and it fits into our budget. And that makes me so excited. And so your Costco might not have as much organic options, but be patient because I think it's coming. I think it's one of those things that Costco is starting more and more in their stores, and the more that they see that demand, they're gonna meet that supply. So be patient if you don't see quite as much in your store. So if you have any more questions about Costco or where we shop or Trader Joe's, please leave a comment and then hop over to the show notes at youngwifesguide.com/YWG004 to check out all the links and resources mentioned today. Leave a comment, let me know what you think, and if you have any more questions, and I'll see you in next week's episode.